What's something everyone thinks it's gross, but you don't? In general, I handle bodily fluids really well unless there is a smell. I've had people bleed on me oddly enough, multiple times, and I just don't have a problem with it. Of course, I am quick to wash it off, but my first priority is always the person bleeding. What happened happened, and there's no changing it, so why freak out? It's funny because I used to faint at the sight of blood. Now I'm just like, well, humans do that sometimes. I am not a medical professional. Just a person who has a lot of accident-prone friends. Being dressed up in a way of not showing too much skin. I feel like since so many years people got used to almost leave nothing to imagination, but when you wear elegant long sleeves, no short pants or skirts etc. and don't show any boobs, you're like an alien. And it starts to be annoying when people won't push you dressing up like A and don't accept your taste. Certain smells of dead things. Specifically sea creatures on the beach or during low tide out on the mud flats. I don't find them gross, but instead do something's dead around here. It's more seeing the maggots and stuff, if any, that make me feel gross and sick. Dead animals on land have a different smell and I find it more pungent. I think gross is a bit of an overstatement, but the human body. People seem to be grossed out by basic human body functions, the internals, the body itself. I certainly think there's certain things to take into consideration if you want to be clean and prevent harm, disease, but nothing is gross. It's just who we are as a species. Blood. It's the least gross of all the body fluids, and a minor blood spill is super easy to clean up safely. A major blood spill would be more difficult, but not gross or anything. I find it remarkable that some people get gag or fainting reactions to the sight of blood. Almost any other bodily fluid is worse. I don't think it's a big deal if people don't wash their hands when they go to the bathroom. Unless they literally got feces smeared on their hands, there's likely nothing more gross going on during a bathroom visit than any of the other disgusting items we touch without a second thought all day long. Not washing your hands after peeing even though you shower and put on clean underwear and clothes every morning. I use Tiki to touch the flesher, if it's even necessary. My whiner and hands are clean. I don't want to touch the dirty sink handles, etc. Sorry folks. I'm not doing it. People get weirded out by this, but cheese and hot chocolate. When carolers would come to sing at my childhood home during the Christmas season, my mom would make them hot chocolate, and when they reached near the bottom, my mom would say that there's a surprise in the chocolate. Cuddling, being in a relationship and or having sex with someone as close as a cousin or aunt. Obviously, considering it is legal in the country in question. I can understand why people find it gross. But for me it is just a bit weird and unusual. Maybe I'm a bit biased though. I'm probably gonna be told I'm weird for this, but here it goes. I scrub my asshole with soap and water in the shower after shitting. It's more hygienic than wiping your it with toilet paper, okay? And of course I wash my hands after. When girls burp. Okay, kinda weird, but I can explain. Well, not really. Not like belching, but when they are like sorta trying to hide it or a little sound comes out, or even if their body makes that twitch thing, I'd why but it's so hot. Pineapple on pizza. Honey on pizza. Eating my own blood if I bleed on my lips. Doesn't happen often, but sometimes if they get very dry and start bleeding I find it easier to just suck it up than get a napkin to wipe it off. The figgy pudding spam flavor they released last holiday season was at a large gathering. Everyone tried it. No one liked it except me. Then again, I like all spam flavors. Except turkey spam. That's just an abomination. The smell of a paper mill. In my experience, it's universally hated. My grandparents lived near one and it became endearing because, if we could smell it, that meant we were almost there. It still excites me. Real talk? Eating ass. If you take precautions like hygiene and preparations as such beforehand, there is literally nothing to fear. Flavorless. No poo-poo doo-doo. Not that I have ever experienced. Language. I just don't care about some word. I'm not offended by cunt, moist, or whatever. I don't get annoyed when people start using the word fuck in every other sentence. A single hair in a food dish I ordered. NBD, I pick it out and move on. Hardly worth shutting down Gordon Ramsay's hellhole over a strand of hair on a 5-star steak. Lamau. To me, everything is gross, even my skin. That's why I take bath with boiling hot water and scrub hard daily just to kill all the germs on my skin. I've got OCD. I love the smell of cigarette smoke. Maybe it's because my parents smoked my whole childhood. I don't know. It's also why I'm indifferent to people smoking. Cleaning a cat box. I have indoor cats, I know exactly what they eat. They are all incredibly healthy, and I just find it gross. Has never bothered me. Body hair on women. I don't shave my legs and live in a desert, so I wear shorts a lot. I get disgusted looks in public sometimes. Usually by other women. Body hair on women. Definitely isn't disgusting, and as a man I don't understand the obsession with women being hairless, like it's weird and not natural. The smell of secondhand cigarette smoke. Emphasis on the smell of. I don't love it for what it is, but I can't help that my nose finds it pleasant. Black licorice. Also candy corn. And Whoppers. Basically I want you to give me all the crap left at the bottom of your trick-or-treat bag, ha ha. Blood. I can understand other bodily fluids, but finding blood gross is on the same level to me as finding your own skin gross. Just your body. Eggnog. Everyone I know absolutely hates it with a passion, but I can't get enough. Like I get depressed when it gets pulled in January. If I find a hair in food, I can remove it and eat the rest of the food. This shouldn't be a superpower, but sometimes I feel like it is. Look up Watergate salad. I love this, as weird as hell, but it has umami all over it. Best after sex food ever. Canned meats and fish. I dig herring, sardines, corned beef, Spam, etc. Most people I know think I'm a boxcar hopping hobo for it. Thrifting. To be fair, people used to think it was gross until more recently, 6-7 years. Became cool thanks to social media. Strawberry or grape jam on grilled cheese sandwiches. I can eat it all day and it reminds me of my grandma too. I miss her. The smell of skunk spray. My dad used to get so mad growing up because I'd roll the car window down to get more of it. Liver and onions. No one else in my family will eat it. Grandma used to make it when I was little and I just love it. Taking your shoes off on a plane. I couldn't possibly care less as long as your feet aren't in my space or smelly. My smelly pits. I like the general smell of my sweat. But it gets bad when it dries up and then gets wet again. Kiwi skin. I'm lazy and just eat right through. Doesn't taste great but not bad enough that I scan the thing. Nose picking as long as you wash your hands. Fuck, my nose is whistling and I can't breathe out of my nose. Wouldn't say everyone but me and my brother love eating raw mushrooms like it's a snack, haha. Tastes good. STDs. They're a normal result of sexual activity and are rarely as bad as the stigma people are sold on. Spiders. They're amazing and fascinating and I can't wrap my head around why people don't like them. The little white balls, tonsil stones that come up from my throat. Low-key like to smell it. Not everyone, but finding hair on just comes out of my head, it's not that crazy. Discreetly picking your nose. There's people who pick their noses, and there's liars. Picking up dog poop. Food goes in, biology happens. Stinks a bit, but it's not toxic. Nudity. Just the human body existing. Humans are an ugly species in general, though. Knuckle cracking and using shampoo roughly every month or when my hair gets dirty. The way dog paws smell. The Frito scent just reminds me how much I love my dog. Murder. Like it looks gross, yeah, but the feeling you get inside. That's happiness. Follow, it's so delicious. Definitely one of my favorites to eat with a good beer. Dissecting dead bodies. After you've done it a few times, you get used to it. Barn smell. I'd give I'm just a farm girl at heart, but I really don't mind it. Feet. Not that I'm shoving them in my mouth, but they don't bother me. Hair on vaginas. Like men that have a problem with this, grow TF up. Sauerkraut. I could eat it all day long. German heritage, of course. I'll eat a whole jar of pickled onions in one sitting. No worries. You up, you shine like a diamond. BTW was joking, don't yell at me. Buttermilk. Also lines on the glass when I'm done drinking it. Most insects are just critters in general, especially outside. Death and decomposition is more fascinating than gross to me. Blue cheese stuffed olives in my dirty martini. Yes please. Cocktail glass. The smell of skunk. I just don't get bothered by it. Liverwurst. I love it on sourdough with mayo and mustard. Edit the inst too is thanks in advance from all of us. The smell of my farts. Everyone likes their own brand. Farting in front of a partner. Jesus Christ, grow up. Drinking rainwater from a fresh, undisturbed puddle. Not showering every day when it's not hot outside. Ice cream with strawberry jam, cereal and sprinkles. 1. Age gap relationships. 2. Eating using bare hands. The smell of cauliflower, I don't know, I just like it.